everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So some people are commenting that, I don't have my regular time to do lives, and I wish I could schedule them ahead of time, but I just never know when something's going to pop up, some new information that I want to cover, and with other things going on. So I'm going to try to keep my lives in the afternoon around 2 to 4. Yeah, but I don't want to schedule ahead of time because I don't want to schedule a live if I have nothing to read about. But whoa, today, there is so much coming out this week. Like, I picked the wrong week to change operating systems because I'm sitting here working on my new computer, my new old computer here, and stressing out over that. And then all of this revelations are coming out. And one of the big ones I wanted to cover is one that I've already covered that some people feel hesitant to speak about, and they feel pressure by some to not discuss this topic. And that is about the transgenderism that's all throughout the satanic agenda, pushing it on children, pushing them to change genders, and it's all with the Baphomet. Everybody knows it's satanic, it's pervasive, it's being pushed down on the people from the top 1%, the same ones that want to enslave us in their technocracy via the UN. So this is a big deal. It's not only, it's to deceive us, and it's also very satanic. And we know these people are satanic, and we're getting more confirmation of it every day from various sources. The latest is Nicki Minaj. Pray for Nicki Minaj to protect her because she's facing the Satanists head on here. And so we have proof now, more proof, that Meghan Markle is an M2F. And if you haven't seen it, watch my video. I covered, I did the transvestigation on her. And if you don't know anything about it, and if you don't know what to think, just do research, do a search on transvestigations, look at NextWex and others, and just watch and learn. Because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. It's one of those things. just learn about it before you dismiss it as, conspiracy theory. Because we all know how that went the last time with COVID, right? So anyways, yeah, I outlined all the points of her biomarkers and how she's definitely an M2F, in my opinion. Hey, Bettina. Hey, Tiger Eye. How are you? Good to see you. So I'm still using my Linux here. Things going well. Hey, Acme. So, yeah. So this popped up on... Let me get my window up here. On Twitter. Nicki Minaj posted on February 1st, 2026. Everyone knows Chrissy Teigen has had a DIK, a dick, allegedly. And when you search, if you look at the comments to it, now she's you got a picture here, Chrissy Teigen. I've never seen this one before, where you can see her little member down there quite clearly. Kind of reminds you of Brigitte Macron. Oh, I don't know if you can see that completely here. Let me pick that up a little bit. There we go. There's Mr. Christopher Teigen, Meghan Markle's best friend. And look at the shoulder-hip ratio. It screams out at you. Now, they're very good with the surgeries, and then they make these men look like women, and they have all kinds of surgeries and transferring the fat around. And they're very convincing. But again, the hips don't lie. You're going to watch the way they walk. And even when they do redistribute fat around the hips, they never have the hips in the right place and the waist in the right place. And it's very rarely wide enough. And, this is very harmful. Again, they've been doing this for decades, and very harmful to young women who feel fat and ugly compared to these thin actresses and models who all turn out to be M2Fs like Chrissy Teigen. So, yeah, so we know now, it's been confirmed again and again here. Oops, I didn't mean to. Sorry, I didn't mean to zoom it in. This thing, I'm clicking on it, zooming in instead of closing, going to the next one. All right. Well, no doubt about that one. Let me see if I can get out of this. All right, there we go. Because there's a lot of comments on this. people sharing. And we all remember Chrissy Teigen was one of the people back in, of course, we know that she's best friends with Meghan Markle, another M2F. So 2 M2Fs that are best buddies here, right? Pretending to have had children, pretending to have had mythcarriages. Now, I want to point out, there's a search here, that in July 2020, right in the beginning of the COVID psyop, these 2 satanic M2Fs came out and claimed that they had miscarriages. And a year later, after the COVID shots went out, now women's miscarriages have risen from, and this was covered on the John O'Looney video, he's talking about the statistics with Dr. Cartland. Miscarriages used to be about 8 to 15%, around there or something. And now it's at 73% since people took COVID shots. So, and they knew, they planned this out decades in advance. Event 201, Jeffrey Epstein's all coming out with Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Gates. So I believe, and I'll throw some cards, that, I knew something was up when they're both pretending to have miscarriages. That they were mocking women who they knew were going to get miscarriages from the COVID shot. They were mocking them. Why else would suddenly these 2 demonic M2Fs come out claiming to have miscarriages? And now fighting with people on Twitter and calling them, swearing at them, and just creating a brouhaha, chaos and evil. These 2 demons, satanic M2Fs do. All for a lie, because we all know, there's no question to anybody's mind that Meghan Markle has never given birth to nothing. We know that. And same with Chrissy Teigen. And it's coming out now. Like I said, Nicki Minaj is spilling the beans. She's coming out and confirming it. She's like, yeah, Chrissy Teigen, M2F. And the comments the pedophilic comments that Chrissy Teigen made, you can read that. Everybody remembers this one. You had to wonder, why would a woman, a real woman, say something like this? Well, because she's not a woman, she's a man. That's a man, baby. Women don't say things like this, even in jest. Only a man would. And so we know now, it's confirmed from Nicki Minaj. Who knows? She didn't say anything about Meghan Markle yet. I hope she does say something about it. All the tweets that people have of what all the inappropriate things that Mr. Christopher Teigen wrote. Yeah, so there's that. So this is confirmed, in my opinion. Nicki Minaj is confirming without a doubt, not just this, but also the satanic rituals, and the bringing in the illegal aliens to vote Democrat. She writes about how, the Satanists are doing on February 1st. She said, as they do their ritual tonight, God Almighty will reveal himself to them. The ritual will be backfire on them. God will not be marked. Bless the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Every tongue that rises against me in judgment shall be condemned and put to shame. Watch. So she is talking about how they're Satanists and they're killing. There's a tweet here where she spelled it out. She said, there are Satanists, and apologies if I'm making you dizzy here, but she points out that everyone in Hollywood, Chrissy Teigen, Meghan Markle, the whole group there, are all Satanists, and they sacrifice children because Satan, in order to get power, they need to shed blood, right? They need to sacrifice. That's why Meghan has her chickens. I've been saying it all along. She's got those chickens in the backyard to do little blood sacrifices on her own. They gotta shed blood. That's how they get their power. I can't find the exact tweet now, but she wrote that. And she also talked about Jay-Z dating underage women. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, right here. Your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and kill them as a form of blood sacrifice to their god. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up. So February 1st, Nicki Minaj. Yeah, so she's coming out with it. You know, how long have we been saying this? I've been talking about how they're Satanists and doing the blood sacrifices and the M2F of Chrissy Teigen and Meghan Markle. Yeah. So Tiger Eyes, you're right. The comments made were, about PDFs, exactly. So, I mean, we've known this, though, but now we're getting it confirmed by people on the insiders, people who know with certainty. And she's coming out with it. So it's confirmed 100%. I mean, if you don't want to believe that Meghan Markle is a tranny and so is Chrissy Teigen, it's up to you. But all the proof is out there as far as I'm concerned. It's also obvious. It is something to learn what to look for and to see it, because they are very convincing. They wear underwear with padding on the sides because to make it look like they got wider hips. We all saw that in South Africa. Remember in South Africa when Meghan was wearing that big green cloth and she had a big belly, not a belly, her backside. She put like a big cushion back there to make her look like she had a backside. I mean, they're doing all kinds of things. But you can tell just, when you know what to look for, again, just do a search on transvestigations and look into, because in certain pictures, it's hard to tell. Trannies can pass in pictures because you can alter it in the angle of the camera and you're not seeing the whole body. You're just seeing, so it's really, you have to, and they'll cover it up with the way they design the clothes and the dresses to give them, make it appear like I have a waist when they don't, and to make them appear smaller when they're actually, if you see them in person, it'd be much easier. But however, they do, because of all the advanced surgeries they do now and the hormones. I mean, taking the estrogen really does an amazing job, especially for both ways, whether they're M to F or F to M. They pass all the time, and regular people can't tell at all. It's very difficult. But as they get older, I've heard, is when it becomes really apparent, because when you're young, you can pass easier. You've got a lot of fat over your face, a lot of fat everywhere. But as you age and everything starts sagging, that's when it becomes more and more obvious you're a tranny. And of course, your body gives it away as well, and the way you walk and whatnot. But it gets more and more obvious what you're dealing with. And yeah, so there you have it. It's confirmed. Meghan Markle, Chrissy Teigen are two M to Fs, Satanists, who faked miscarriages during a pandemic to mock women that they knew were going to become infertile and suffer miscarriages after the COVID shot. This is how evil they are, really, as well as all the other evil things that they've done and said. Like Chrissy Teigen's got a long history. Meghan Markle at least doesn't comment under her own name. She makes sure to hide, but we know she's watching everything. But at least she hides under pseudonyms. She's smart enough to do that. But you can't hide what you are. It's obvious. And they're evil, just so evil, So I just want to point that out. And I'm wondering, with Nicki Minaj coming out and outing all of them, I hope she comes out and says something outright about Meghan Markle. We'll see if she knows anything, because she's mostly in the music business. But I'm sure she's heard something, knows something. But maybe Meghan Markle, with relation to the royal family, maybe that's too powerful a satanic group to take on. I don't know. But they're all the same. It's birds of a feather. It's no coincidence they're good friends. So, yeah, I'm going to look at this. Let's throw a few cards about all of this. I think it's a revelation, more and more revelations coming out. It's quite overwhelming at times, what's coming out here with everything. And it's just feels good to have it confirmed, everything I've been saying. And again, my camera is working perfectly on Linux. I just turn it on and boom, it's on. There's no going off and on and all of that. So getting off the satanic Microsoft has really helped. Yeah. So what do you all think about the M2F business? Comments, questions? Yeah. There are so many. Yes, Tiger Eye. Once you look around, once you have eyes to see, once you just do a little research, you just got to look a little bit. Oh, what's going on with my camera now? My camera knows. Once you recognize it and know what to look for, because it is very difficult. Plastic surgeons and hormones do an amazing job. But there are just certain things you got to look for it. You got to look hard. It's very difficult because they make it more difficult. They change the way they walk sometimes. The outfits they wear. But there's so much that you've seen what they could do with plastic surgery in general for people with, facelifts and, nose jobs and everything that they can do. But there's still the giveaways. They can't change their hips. They can't change the way they walk downstairs. They can fake it. They can do their best to try to fake it. But Adam's apple often, Meghan's shoulders are a dead giveaway with the hip shoulder ratio, as well as everything else. They got the large hands, the longer arms. I may do another video about it because it's the long arms, the hip to waist, the way they walk, large heads. Their heads are generally larger. Their jaws are always much more pronounced. The feet are always larger. It's like, yeah. So anyways, let's look at, I want to focus in on Meghan Markle and her bestie, the two M2Fs here. I want to focus in on, when they did the Mythcarriage thing, I don't even have to ask, we both know they faked it. We both know they're both fakers. So we both know they faked Mythcarriages in the middle of 2020 during the COVID psyop. Why did they both decide to fake Mythcarriages? Two trannies faking miscarriages, pretending to be women. Two trannies, and Meghan wrote that in the New York Times too, to make sure everybody saw it. So why did Chrissy Teigen and Meghan Markle decide to fake miscarriages? You see what a satanic haha joke they're laughing at us. They're like, ah, ha, ha, ha. And then, because then what happens is people say, I don't believe you. She's lying, just like she lied in the Oprah Winfrey interview. And if you did that, you would get censored and deranked and demonetized. And it gave Meghan another excuse to attack you online and to censor you. How dare you speak badly of a woman who had a miscarriage? It's like, no, right? But we don't have the proof. We're getting more and more proof now that she is an M2F and that she was faking the entire thing. And that the whole thing was just a satanic haha joke from Satanist Meghan Markle, the tranny that she is, she is. So why did they do it? Why did they fake miscarriages? Let's face down. I like that. Why did Meghan Markle Chrissy Teigen fake miscarriages? 10 of Wands. Okay, they did it for work. This is part of their job, being evil and satanic and putting out these messages. Because, of course, in 2020, Meghan Markle was still prominent in the news and people were not criticizing her yet. So she still had the aura of being the Duchess, right, of suing and sex. But, of course, they were about upsetting people more and causing more. And it was about blood, too. I kind of get from this with Satanists. This is the fallen angel, Satanists. And you see he's got water here, but for them it's blood. They always have to shed blood. And so that's why Meghan Markle has been so obsessed with either... Remember, she claimed that she claimed or did work with the UN regarding periods and making sure girls in poor countries have sanitary napkins. And then... when she married Harry, one of the first things they did, Harry went and gave a speech talking about how those poor girls in Africa don't have tampons. Remember that? They were both obsessed with menstrual blood. And people were like, oh my God, look what Meghan did to Harry. He's talking about periods and donating sanitary napkins to poor girls. The obsession with menstrual blood and blood in general is very satanic. So it started with that. So Meghan pretending like she knows anything about a period. And then this was a continuation with the mythcarriages of this satanic blood emphasis and mocking people during a pandemic, and to use that imagery of blood and the fact that they were mocking us because, of course, we know Meghan Markle and Chrissy Teigen have never had a period or had a miscarriage or anything because they're men. And to cause people to upset them, and they knew that people were going to point out what liars they were, and I see this as Prince Harry right now with his team of censors to give people to attack and deplatform bullies, because it was Meghan and Harry and Chrissy Teigen who were the worst bullies of all, the worst satanic bullies. So this gave them, putting these fake stories out about miscarriages, and gave them ammunition to attack us, the people, and to get people more upset and cause more upset and division and Satanism. You can see lightning as a symbol of Satan there. This was all very satanic. It was all part of their satanic agenda. The attack on women, many confirm that this whole COVID psyop is about attacking women and their reproductive abilities. That's really the end game. Bill Gates, with his shots, has always been about that. There's documentaries out there talking about the work he did in Africa, sterilizing women with, I think it was tetanus shots. So this has always been the end game. And it's very evil and satanic. And Chrissy Teigen and Meghan Markle are part of it. And they were mocking us and doing these satanic humiliation rituals to people to upset them and to make mental health worse, to upset people, because they knew women were going to suffer miscarriages. They knew there was a lot of suffering come up, and women would be not able to reproduce, losing children. Again, it's up to 73% now for women who took the COVID shots. A lot of women dying in childbirth now, a lot more than usual, from what I understand. And they knew this. I'm going to actually ask that next. But they knew it was coming. They knew it was coming. And they knew they were taking away the hopes and wishes of people and upsetting people again. Yeah, this is their work. This is what they do. These satanic M2Fs. There's another day in the office for them. And they do it under the guise, always with children, always with blood sacrifices. Again, this imagery of drinking blood and blood and affecting people emotionally. But this was, them doing it during a COVID psyop to upset people, turn their world upside down even more. You know how they say that the Satanists have to tell us what they're going to do before they do it? Because this happened in the summer of 2020. All this came out with these fake, these lies from Chrissy Teigen and Meghan Markle. So this was part of the predictive programming. This was part of, we're telling you what we're going to do, in a way. And of course, this is what they get paid to do. And this is what they looking at to get more money from the government and use this idea of their supposed work here for women and children, when they're both men who know nothing about being a woman. Yeah. Very evil stuff. Very dark, demonic, to cause mental health issues, to upset people more, take away their happiness, take away all their wishes and hopes for the future, take it all away. And they're very arrogant. And for them, this is their work. This is what they do. They put this stuff out, and then they monitor all the social media, and they play the victim. They play the victim and put out their censorship messages. Oh, we got to stop this hate speech. Oh, this hate speech saying that Meghan Markle's a liar. Oh, this hate speech, right? Take people down, take people's monetization away, cause unexpected deplatformings and censorship. Oh yeah, it's all part of the upheaval here, and this puts the little demon on the top there, that their evil, work that they were doing, they're such Satanists, all part of the satanic gang here. It was all to upset people right before they knew it was going to happen. I'll double check. Did Chrissy Teigen and Meghan Markle know that there were going to be miscarriages because of the COVID shots. Did they know ahead of time? I mean, we know Bill Gates and the rest of them knew, but did Chrissy Teigen and Meghan Markle know that? They were playing the victims of it. They were playing the victims on the world stage, but did they know that this was going to destroy women's fertility? Did they know that? Did they know that when they put out these lies about having miscarriages? Did they know there were going to be miscarriages coming up? And there's been nurses who've talked about this too. Miscarriages are through the roof, have been since the shots. So did Chrissy Teigen and Meghan Markle know this before, when they, in the summer of 2020, when they both faked miscarriages? Did they know there were going to be a ton of miscarriages coming up in the future? Did they know? They knew. They knew it was coming up. They knew what they were headed. They knew exactly what they were headed towards. This is Chrissy Teigen and Meghan leading the public towards this information, but pretending to be the first victims of it. Like, oh, we have it much worse than you. We suffered it first, and we wrote about it in the New York Times. They wanted to be seen as these heroes. They wanted all the pain, because Meghan Markle's a vampire as well, so she's sucking in, like when she went to Uvalde to take in all that suffering. Well, she wanted to take in the suffering of women who had miscarriages, which they knew was coming up in the future. Yeah, they were directing people's attention towards it, saying, oh, when this topic comes up, we want you to know yep. They knew that there was going to be a lot of heartache, and from the sharp, pointy objects causing the myocarditis, pericarditis, and the miscarriages. They knew the pain and suffering that was coming, and they were enjoying it. They were enjoying it, pretending to be victims of miscarriages. Oh, they loved it. Yeah, they knew. They knew. And so did, I think that is King Charles, maybe, or their husband, or their spouses who are F to M's. But they knew. Oh yeah, they knew. They knew. Like, it's coming. It's coming. You can see this as a woman in a hospital bed after a miscarriage. They're like, yeah, they knew it was coming. There was going to be a ton of them in excess. They knew. They knew. Look at that. Swords and swords. Communication, the pain and suffering. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Julie, I saw the TRG channel today. Ted Sarandos getting grilled. They didn't bring up the Meghan Markle show, though. I was like, come on, bring up how horrible that show is. But yeah, I'm so glad he got it. Now, all I could think about was he got an OBE from King Charles. Remember that? He got an award for his turning UK history and reshape. And what's the word for it? When they put all black people in instead of white people? They replace all the white people in history with black people with their programming. And Ted Sarandos, another Satanist in my opinion, has the arrogance to say, I don't know what you're talking about. What? Mostly woke? What? Yeah, no, he has no idea what you're talking about. I was like, please, I canceled my subscription to Netflix a long time ago with that crap. All that woke communist crap. Yeah. Hi, hippie. Said, you believe Chrissy Teigen's miscarriages were a sacrifice? Well, she never miscarried. She's a man. Did you see the picture? Let me show it again. Here we go. I got to show Hippie. I think Hippie just got here. Where is it? I'm going to pull it up in 1 second here. Where's my window? I just had it up. Yeah. There we go. Let's get the picture back up. There's a clear as day. Okay, there we go. Here's for you, hippie. Right there. Crystal clear, just like the pictures with Brigitte Macron. Always, we don't see too many pictures of Meghan walking around in a bathing suit, have we? I wonder, she probably still has hers intact, too. Yeah, they're all inverts. Yeah. And this man here, look how wide Chrissy Teigen's shoulders are compared to the hips. I mean, you cannot dispute that. And look at the boobs the alleged husband, the F to M, has. I mean, come on. Oh my goodness. Don't get distracted by like long blonde hair. They all have long hair to cover their shoulders, but just like in your mind, just like cut the hair off and imagine, just look at the shoulders to hips. It's without a doubt. Yeah. So Chrissy Teigen did not have a miscarriage of anything. Chrissy Teigen is a man. And as Nicki Minaj has just confirmed on Twitter. And we know Chrissy Teigen, Meghan Markle's best friend. And like I said, make sure if you haven't seen my video about it, I do have a video on my channel called Meghan Markle. So I highly recommend, if you haven't seen it, towards the end of the video, I go through all the biomarkers that show that Meghan is an M2F without a doubt. Look at those shoulders. Come on now. Yeah. And it's been confirmed now. Nicki Minaj just confirmed it. I mean, it's done deal. Meghan Markle's best friend is an M2F. She's confirmed it. She's like, yeah. And there was a letter. And this is all, intentional. This is all satanic. And yeah, it was a performance miscarriage. Yeah. And they mocked us. They mocked real women in the summer of 2020. These two men, Meghan and Christopher, both pretended to have miscarriages. And they're just laughing at us, just like right here. Ha, ha, ha. These fools, they don't know we're men and we're faking miscarriages. Ha, ha, ha. It's a big satanic ha-ha joke from them when they are both men. And they can feel free to prove me wrong. They can both go out and, they can both go out and prove that they don't have penises, but I think they both do. And they are obviously born male, even if they got their penises cut off, which apparently Christopher hasn't. So I don't know about Meghan. I assume Meghan has his too, because I think Harry's an invert as well. It looks like, yeah, Harry's gay anyway. So it could be just, if he's not invert, he's gay anyhow. You see Harry with Nacho. I mean, there's no doubt he loves men. So yeah, there you have it. It's been confirmed. Thank you, Nicki Minaj. Again, pray for Nicki Minaj because she's putting the truth out there. Yeah. It's finally all coming out now. And they can't suppress it anymore. They try to suppress this everywhere, try to make you think like, oh, you're crazy if you think that, right? But no, we're done with the lies. We're done with the M2Fs and the tranny business and all this other Satanism they've been doing. So there you have it. They knew what they were doing. My cards show they knew exactly what they were doing. And it was to be satanic and to be evil and to create more upset in the middle of a COVID psyop, which was upsetting enough with all the deaths that were occurring at that time in hospitals. Which, again, look at the video I posted of John O'Looney with Dr. Cartlin in my community page. Must watch to update on the situation with the blood clots that they're trying to hide. So yeah, so there you have it. That is what I wanted to cover, and I hope you found this interesting. If so, please like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. All right, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.